Hey, what's up YouTube? Now I'm there with a new video in which I'll be teaching you how to solve the 3 into 3. This is one of the most wanted videos on YouTube. I know many people will be wanting how to solve this puzzle. I'm getting frustrated. I shuffle this puzzle a lot of times and I tried to solve it and I couldn't. So this is a new video uploaded for you guys which will help you how to solve this puzzle really quick. So before jumping in how to solve, you need to know some tips, some information you need to get about the puzzle, and you have to know what method we'll be using. So the first thing is you need to know that we are going to use the beginner's method to solve this puzzle. And this is a must for you to know because before knowing the beginner's method, it will become a bit tough for you to jump right into the advanced or the intermediate level. So this is a beginner's method. The second thing is you should buy a cube for yourself. Any 3 into 3 puzzle. It's not necessary for you to buy the Moyu, which is this one. You can buy the Shengshao or the Rubik's. Anything is fine. Then you should know what all pieces you can find over here. So the center, this is the center. All the centers over here, this make up the cube which holds all the pieces. These are the centers. Then these two colored stickers are known as the edges. Like over here, these are the edges in the center, like close to the center over here. These are the edges with two colors. The next is the corners. So these are the corners which have 3 colors. 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. So there will be 4 corners, 4 edges, and 1 center on each of the sides. So this is 1 side, 2 side, 3 side, 4 side, 5th side, 6th side. So in each side there will be 1 center, 4 edges, and 4 corners. So the next thing you need to know is the color scheme of a 3 into 3 puzzle. So when you take the white as your main color, when you're keeping orange in front of you, the right side is going to have green over here, and the left is going to be having the blue, which means then the blue and the green are always opposite to each other. Now the always opposite color to the white is yellow over here, and the opposite color to orange is red. So you need to have a proper idea about the color scheme of this puzzle, in which white will be on the top, the bottom is yellow. When you are keeping the orange in front of you and white on top, the right must be green, the left must be blue, and the back must be red. See? So simple. I can say that without seeing. So after knowing the color scheme and the pieces available in the 3 into 3 puzzle, we need to know how the cube works, like the rotations. So this is the top. When you're holding the puzzle like this is going to be your top. So when you rotate it clockwise, which goes like this, when you rotate the top of this puzzle clockwise, it means up. And when you're rotating this anti-clockwise, which is in the opposite direction, it's going to be up inverted, like this. It's the anti-clockwise. Now, the next is the front. The front is the same thing as the top part. So when you're rotating this in the anti-clockwise direction, it's front inverted, and we are rotating it in the clockwise direction, it is just front. So this is front, and this is front inverted. So this is going to be very simple for you, as front and front inverted, like it's just the opposite. So when clockwise, it's front. When it's anti-clockwise, it's front inverted. Just one word extra. Same thing on the right. When it's going clockwise like this, you need to remember that this is going to be right. And when you're turning it anti-clockwise in the opposite direction, this is going to be right inverted. Same thing applies to the left. This is the clockwise. When you're like, you can analyze and see if the face of the left is in the clockwise direction. If it is like this, it means left. And if it is anti-clockwise, it's going to be moving backwards. So in the opposite direction, which means left inverted. Now this is really simple, as the rotations depend only upon the clockwise and anti-clockwise. So the same thing applies even to the back and the bottom. So last but not the least, you should know how the cube is going to be solved. So when you're going to solve, the first step will be solving the first layer. The second step is going to be solving the second layer, which is this, going along the first layer. This is the first layer. When you'll be solving all the whites on the top, you'll be aligning all the colors appropriately to the centers like this. And then you'll be the second step, and you will be solving this layer, the second layer. This is going to be a second layer, and the last step will be solving the third layer, which is this one. Except the first layer, the second and the third layer will be requiring some algorithms, which I'll be showing you right over here. And those algorithms are really simple, and I'll teach you one by one in the most simplest way. So now you know everything you need to know before solving this puzzle. So now let's jump right into the solve. So that's enough for the scramble. After scrambling, let's start with our first step. So now you need to know that every step of this puzzle, which is the first, second layer and the third layer, requires some more extra steps. So the first layer will be having two more steps. So the first step will be solving the edges, which means making a plus symbol like this. So you need to put all the white edges properly on the top layer. This is going to be a top layer, and you need to put all the white edges in the correct place and make a plus out of this. First step you need to do is make a plus. So let's make a plus. We do not care about getting the orientation, I mean getting the pieces in the correct position. So let's just first make the plus. So we have one edge with white and blue over here, so we just get it to the top. So now as you can see, we have just aligned one white with the white center, one white edge with the white center, and the next we will go for the next piece. Let's find it, and it's right over here. So what if I just get it to the top? Now we have got two pieces. See, we have got one over here, we have got one over here. So we have got two pieces in the correct place. That means it is aligned to the center. So white over here, white over here, white over here, white over here. So let's find another edge piece with a white color. Yeah, it's right over here. So let's see if we can get this directly to the top by just rotating the front. So if we just rotate this thing, we're going to mess up this edge piece which is already in the right place. So what we will do is we will get an empty space by rotating this like this. So now this is empty, and you can get the front again to the top. So now as you can see that the piece is flipped. This is a really simple situation when you get the piece flipped, and you have to flip it again to get it in the correct position. So what you will do is get just one step down, left or the right, that's not matter. So I get it to the left, one step down, move this out of the way. So now when you get this to the top like this, you have an empty space, you connect it like this, you get a white, another white and another white over here, and you solve three edge pieces. So now you have solved three edge pieces over here, and we will go for the fourth one. So the fourth one is right over here, and we have empty space over here, so we can get this thing to the top by rotating the top layer, I mean the front layer. So now as you can see that we have successfully created the plus. The next step we are going to see is we have to align this edges. So first what you need to do is take any of the edge and the centerpiece, like we have a white over here and a green over here. So let's match this green with a green center. So here there's a blue center which is not good, so we match this green, white and edge piece with a green over here to the green center by just rotating the bottom two layers like this. So now as you can see that we have aligned white and green over here. We will put this right piece to the bottom by rotating it 180 degrees. So this has gone to the bottom, so we'll move to the next one. So now it's a white and a orange over here, but we don't have an orange center. So we will be moving this orange to the orange center. So let's again rotate the bottom. Yep, we found the orange one over here, and we'll again move this to the bottom like this. So now it's gone to the bottom. Now go to the next one, white and a red. So we will be matching this red piece with a red center. We'll again rotate the bottom, and now it's connected white and red and red. So again this is right, and we will move this to the bottom, and at last we have the white and the blue and blue. So we'll get this also to the bottom. So after we know that all the pieces are in the bottom and all the centers are properly aligned, we will bring everything to the top. Like we will rotate everything and bring to the top one by one like this. And now you've found out that you have successfully aligned all the edges and the centers along with the white center. So you have the white and red, white and green, white and orange, white and blue. So this was the first step, when you align all the edges to the proper centers. Now the next step, which is the last step of the first layer, is going to be putting the corners to the proper position. So you will be looking for a corner to put over here, which should be the right color. So if to find out which corner should go over here, you have to see the three centers involved between this corner. So this is the white center over here, a red center over here, and the blue center over here. So we need to have a white, red, and a blue corner piece, which should be going right over here. So first we need to locate where the white, red, and blue corner piece is. So as you can see that it's currently on the opposite direction. What we will be doing is taking this down, moving out of this way like this, so that it moves out of the way, and we can bring this back up. Now we know that this piece is correctly below the place where it needs to go. It needs to go in this area, but it's correctly below. So there is a really simple beginner's algorithm. We cannot call it an algorithm. It's just a beginner's basic step. According to the corner's position, the step goes like this. When you have the corner in the bottom and it needs to go correctly above. So you will use just the right and the bottom to get this piece to the top. So the algorithm goes like this. When you do right inverted, it goes anti-clockwise, right inverted, down inverted, the anti-clockwise down, down inverted, right, down. Now we need to do it again. As you can see that this is in the top but not correctly oriented. So we'll do it again. Right inverted, down inverted, right, down. Right inverted, down inverted, right, down. Simple. You see that I did the same moves and the same algorithm, and you got this corner piece in the correct position. So as you can see, white, red, and blue. We have the white, red, and blue corner piece in the correct position. Next we have the white, blue, and orange corner piece, which will be going over here. Now as you can see that the corner piece is in the correct position but not correctly oriented. Now what oriented means, it is not correctly rotated. So you can just rotate it using your hand, but that is not good. So you will be using the same algorithm by keeping this on the right hand side. Like it is not above the place where it needs to go, but when you do the algorithm, it will come over here, and again you do the algorithm, it will go back to the top and it will be solved. So we'll use the same algorithm. Right inverted, down inverted, right, down. Right inverted, down inverted, right, down. So you need to remember that when you finish the algorithm by doing a down, you should not leave it just like when it is down inverted. You need to turn it down back so that you don't mess up the other areas. So now as you can see that you have got white, blue, and orange. White, blue, and orange corner piece in the correct position and the orientation. We'll go for the next one, which is the white, orange, and green. Now we have the white over here, white center, orange center, and green center. So we need to locate the corner piece of this area. It's right over here. So let's get this corner piece correctly below the place where it needs to go. So it needs to go over here. So this corner piece needs to go over here, and it's correctly below the place where it needs to go. So we will hold this place in the right side, like on the right hand side, and apply the same algorithm. Right inverted, down inverted, right, down. Again, right inverted, down inverted, right, down. Again, right inverted, down inverted, right, down. As you saw that we did it 3 times, and the third time we got the piece oriented and properly in the correct position. So now we have got the white, orange, and green corner piece in the correct position. Let's go for the last one. It's white, red, and green corner piece. So we have the corner piece over here, and let's get it to the place correctly above where it needs to go. Sorry, below where it needs to go. So here is the corner piece, and it needs to go over here. So we'll use the same algorithm. Right inverted, down inverted, right, down. 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 Right inverted, down inverted, right, and down. So you just need to keep doing the algorithm until it gets to the top. Now when it gets to the top, that's it. You have solved this first layer. Now if you're solving along with me, I hope that you would have solved your first layer. And if you have not done so, you can just pause the video and complete it, or you can even watch the video again. So after you have solved this first layer, which will be correctly with the correct corners and edges in the correct place, this next step you can do is just rotate it and bring this white side to the bottom. So now we'll be making the second layer after solving the first layer, in which we'll be putting each and every correct corner piece in the place where it needs to go. So this will be requiring just two algorithms. One is the right algorithm and one is the left algorithm. We will be using all the algorithms appropriately to the pieces where it needs to go. Let's start the solve for the second layer. So the first thing you need to do is locate a piece on the top layer. This is your top layer, which does not have a yellow color in the edge. So you have to locate only edges, which are the two colored ones in which there is no yellow. As you can see that there is a yellow and a blue, but here there is no yellow, but it's just a orange and a blue. So we can use this piece to put it in the second layer. Now, how to find out where to put this piece? You have to first see which color is on the top. It's the orange, and here is the blue, which is in the bottom. So you have to forget the top color and the bottom color is blue. So match this blue color to the blue center. So let's just rotate the bottom like this, and we will get the blue color right over here connected to the blue center. So you don't need to look what is on the top. You just need to connect the color which is in the bottom to the correct center. Now after you have did this, you need to know where you have to put this piece. So first you have to look where the orange center is. So as you can see that there it's on the left hand side. Now we have figured it out that you have to put this edge piece with blue and orange on the left. So it goes on the left like this. That's why we will be using the left algorithm. This algorithm is very simple. You can just analyze the movements and how it rotates to just memorize the algorithm. To start with the algorithm, you have to have the correct edge piece, which is the blue and the orange over here in the correct position. Now it's not necessary for you to have the same edge piece which I am having. You can also have some other color and use the same method which I am using now. So here is the blue and orange, and we will be putting this piece on the left hand side because the orange center is on the left hand side. So the left algorithm goes like this. Remember the orientations, and the algorithm is given over here. So the apostrophe next to the up, which means U, and F, then R, all those means inverted. So it's going to go like this.
U I, which means up inverted. Li, left inverted. U, up. L, which means left. Then again U, which means up. Then front, in which we'll be rotating this like this. It goes like and clockwise. Then UI, up inverted. Then Fi, which is front inverted.
Now, after doing this algorithm, you have just noticed that you have put this piece which was on the top to the right position, which is the blue and the orange centerpiece. Now, as you did for this, you will be doing for all the other edges. So let's locate an edge which is on the top without a yellow. So this yellow and red, this we cannot take, yellow and blue, nope. So we here have a green and a red. So as I told you that forget the top, just the front green. We should match this with the correct center. And now as you can see that the green is correctly matching to the corresponding center, which is the green center, and the top is red. So now you have to find out where the red center is, as it is on the left hand side. We will be using the correct algorithm, which will be the same left algorithm given right over here, and it goes like this. And you need to remember the orientations. U is up, UI is up inverted, F is front, and Fi is front inverted. This piece will go to the left as the red center is on the left hand side. Up inverted, UI, Li, L left inverted, U which is up, then L which is left, then U which is up, then front which is F, then up inverted UI, then Fi which is front inverted. Now again you see that you have got this edge piece in the right position. Now as you can see that we have solved all the edges. I'll be showing a situation when we have to put the edge piece on the right. So when you have one edge piece which is on the top like this, which does not have a yellow, which is the green and the red, and the red is correctly matching to the corresponding center, you have to find where green center is. It's on the right hand side over here. So we'll be putting this red and green on the right hand side using the right algorithm. The algorithm is given over here. You will use the same orientation steps and the method which is given over here, and you can also copy me. So the right algorithm goes like this: up which is U, R, which is right, up inverted, right inverted, up inverted, front inverted, up, which is U, and front. So as you saw, when I said front and up, you could see the size moving in clockwise, and when I said inverted, it moved in the anti-clockwise. So this is how you get the piece to the right side. What if you solve all these pieces, all the edge pieces, but at last you will have just one piece remaining which you have to flip. Any of the edges won't have a not yellow piece. So when you will be having a last piece, which is the orange or green, or you will be having some more edges to solve and to put it inside, you will be having a piece in the last which will be flipped like this. So what to do when you have a flip piece? When you have a flip piece, you can hold the cube in any of the position by keeping the flip piece on the right hand side or on the left hand side like this, and perform the algorithm which will be the right or the left. So if you're keeping it on the left hand side, you will be performing the left algorithm, and if you keep it on the right hand side like this, you'll be performing the right algorithm. So what you will be doing is, basically you will be switching this piece with this piece. If you're keeping it on the right, you will use the right algorithm over here, and the algorithm goes like this. When you switch this piece with this piece, up, right, up inverted, right inverted, up inverted, front inverted, up, and front. So as you saw that I switched that piece with the yellow and red one. So as you saw that it has come to the top working area, which is the green and the orange piece, and you will move this edge piece correctly to the corresponding center, which is over here, the green and the green, so you forget the orange. As the orange center is on the right hand side, we will be performing the right algorithm. So this piece goes to the right, and the algorithm goes like this: up, R, up inverted, R inverted, up inverted, front inverted, up, and front. There you go. You have successfully solved the second layer, and I have showed you all the situations which you will be facing when you solve the second layer. And now you know how to put the piece when it goes to the right, you know how to put the piece when it goes to the left, and now you know how to flip the piece and put it back to the correct position. So after solving this layer, which is the second layer, now this is the last step of solving this puzzle, which is going to be the third layer. At last we just have the last layer remaining, and you have successfully learned how to solve the two layers of the 3x3 puzzle. And in the last layer, I'll be dividing the solve of the last layer into 4 parts. So the first part is going to be making a cross using the yellow color. So all the yellow colors must be correctly positioned. And the same thing what we did for the first layer, we will align the edges. Then the third layer will be positioning the corners, and the fourth step will be orienting the corners. So let's get started with the first step. So in the first step of the third layer, will be making a cross. So when you finish your 2 layers, you will be able to see a L like this, or you will be able to see a line like this, or you will be able to see a complete cross like this. So while solving the third layer, when you keep in mind the first step, you just need to look at the edges. Don't matter what you have in the corner. So when you have a L like this, there's an algorithm. When you have a line like this, which you saw before, just a single line, you have another algorithm. And when you get a full cross, that's just the end of the first step. So when you have a L, you have an algorithm which is given right over here, and the algorithm goes like this. So first you have an F, then you'll go R, up, RI, UI, Fi. So as you saw, after doing the L, you got the line which we saw before. You get the line like this. So don't care what you have on the corners, you just care about what you have in the edges and on the top surface of the third layer. So you have a line, and you will keep line like this. Like you can have it parallel to you, you should not keep it like straight vertically to you. You should keep it horizontal to you. You can keep it either this way or you can keep it either this way. So you can perform the same algorithm. F R U R I U I F I. There you go, and you get the cross. Now in the situation before, when you got the L, you will be asking me, why am I keeping the L like this and not like this? So you need to know that when you get the L, the normal position of the L will be like this, which is a straight position, but you need to keep the L in the opposite direction like this. It should be the opposite L, in which the top goes to the top and the next part of the L goes to the left. So you need to keep the L like this, and this line must be parallel to you. That's how you get the cross. So our first step to solve the 3 into 3 is done. Now the next step we have is solving and aligning the edges. So as you can see that if it is yellow and yellow over here, it's not blue. We do not have this also paired. We have this paired, but we do not have this also paired. So until now we have only one pair. So as you saw last time when you are solving the white layer, you just turn the top like this completely to the bottom. But that's not what you're going to do it this time. So what you're going to do is you have to find at least 2 colors which are correctly pairing. So first you have your first rotation, like you hold the cube and you rotate it once like this. Now you look around if you got any of the 2 edge pieces corresponding to the yellow or matching. Like if it is yellow and red, the red center must be matching. So you should see if any 2 are matching over here. Nope, none of them is matching. So we'll move the top again once. Now we moved it. Let's see if we have any one matching. Okay, we have one over here. No, no, no. So again we'll be turning it just once. Okay, we turn it once. Then we have a yellow and red over here matching. Then no, we have a yellow and orange which is not matching to the correct center. Nope, we again do not have the yellow and a green matching, but we have a yellow and a blue matching. So we have 2 of these centers like this matching in the correct position. So we need to have one correct edge piece at the back like this, and the other correct piece must be on your right hand side. So you should hold the cube like this. One piece must be on the back, one piece must be at the right hand side of the puzzle, and you should perform the basic algorithm given right over here, and these 2 will be wrong, the orange and the green. So you need to switch these 2 pieces. So for switching these 2 pieces, you will have the algorithm given right over here, and it goes like this: R U R I U R U U R I and U. So there you go. You do not mess up your cross, and you have got yellow yellow, orange and orange correctly placed, yellow yellow, blue and blue correctly placed. You have yellow yellow, red and red correctly placed. You have yellow yellow, green and green correctly placed. So you have the first step done, and you have also the second step done, which is the aligning the edges. Now the third step will be aligning the corners in the correct position, and the fourth step is the last step, which is orienting the corners. That's very simple. So let's go to the third step, in which you would position the corners and align them in the correct place. Before starting the third step, we need to see if we have any of the pieces in the right position. What I mean by right position is, if you should find if yellow, blue and red, you should be having a yellow, blue and red piece over here. But we have a yellow, red and green piece, which is not in the correct position. Yellow, red and green, yellow, blue and red, no, not in the correct position. So as you see that none of the pieces are in the correct position. So when you have no pieces in the correct position, you can keep the puzzle in any way. You can keep it like this, or you can keep it like this, but you should make sure that yellow is facing the top, and you should perform this basic algorithm given right over here. So you perform this algorithm, and next step you will get at least one piece which is in the correct place. So we'll perform this algorithm, and you can follow me. It goes like this: U R U I L I U R I U I and L. As you saw that we did not mess up the cross, and we have the edges still aligned. And now you will be able to find one piece which is in the right place. This is not in the right place. Yes, we have one piece in the right place, which is yellow, orange and blue, yellow, orange and blue. This is positioned correctly but not oriented. So we have one piece in the correct place and 3 of the pieces are not in the right place. So we will be keeping the correct piece on the right hand side like this. It is on the right hand side and the bottom corner like this, and the all other colors pieces must be like this position. So now we'll perform the same algorithm given right over here, and let's do the algorithm. U R U I L I U R I U I L. So there you go, you have one piece in the correct place. You have the second piece also in the correct place, which is yellow, green and orange. You have the yellow, red and green piece in the correct place. You also have the yellow, blue and red piece in the correct place. So our third step is also over. And sometimes for few people, after doing the algorithm by keeping the correct piece on the right hand side and doing the algorithm, they do not get it for the first time. So you can perform that algorithm given over here again, and the next time I assure you that you will be getting the same situation which I got it right now. So for some people you would be getting at least 2 solved, like correctly oriented, and you need to just orient the 2. For some people you might get 3 wrongly oriented and this will be correctly oriented, or some of them may also get the same situation in which none of these are correctly oriented. So this is the last situation in which we'll orient each of the corner piece. So in this situation, we will be performing the basic algorithm which we learned in the first step of solving the first layer, when we do the right inverted, down inverted, right and down. So you remember that the algorithm is right inverted, down inverted, right and down. So there are 4 steps which we'll be performing again and again to get the piece oriented. So now we will hold any of the corner piece on the right hand side and perform the same algorithm. Right inverted, down inverted, right down. But remember, don't forget to bring this piece back like this down, so that you don't mess up anything else. So you bring it down and you get the first step, and again right inverted, down inverted, right and down. So after you got this piece, what you have to do is you have to turn the top. What some people, they just turn the puzzle like this and they start solving it this side, but that will mess up the cube. So what you have to do is, after you solve this, just turn the top like this. That's very simple. Just turn the top and do the same algorithm. Right inverted, down inverted, right down, right inverted, down inverted, right down, right inverted, down inverted, right down, right inverted, down inverted, right and down. After you do this, you have to see that if the piece is correctly oriented, and you have to perform the algorithm again and again unless the piece is correctly oriented. So after you do that, just turn the top again and do the algorithm. Right inverted, down inverted, right down, right inverted, down inverted, right and down. So at last we have the last piece, and again we turn the top and get the last piece over here. We perform the basic algorithm. Right inverted, down inverted, right down, right inverted, down inverted, right down, right inverted, down inverted, right down, right inverted, down inverted, right, and that's it. You solve this puzzle successfully. So this was the simplest and the easiest method to solve the puzzle using the beginner's method. And I'm sorry because the video became too long, but this was like a slow tutorial and to make you understand quickly so that you don't make any mistakes later on. So this was the best and the easiest method to solve the 3x3 ever on YouTube, and hope you did not shuffle this puzzle because I went really slow and I showed you each and every step of how to solve this puzzle. And if you made sure to really listen carefully when I was telling you the information and the positions of this puzzle in the beginning of the video, you wouldn't have made any mistakes. So if you have any doubts, you can post the questions in the comment below. If you like the way I taught you and if you have solved your puzzle completely, please give the video a like, and if you have not already done so, subscribe to my channel, follow me on Instagram and like my Facebook page. The links are given below. Don't forget to share this video because I know most of your friends and relatives will be wanting to learn to solve this puzzle, so share this video too. Thanks for watching guys, bye.